welcome to another episode of Anthony Scouts. Yeah, glad to be back. It's been a while since I've done an episode. Had a small technical hitch, but as you can see, I'm doing things differently. Got a small mic here. And yeah, it should be bigger and better. Well, better at least. But yeah, glad to be back. Had a bit of withdrawal without talking about football. Not talking about football. During the mid break or whatever you want to call it, little break. But yeah, glad to be talking football again. And we've had a really good week of football. As we go on an international break right now, some really good results we've seen in the Champions League. With Arsenal losing to Inter Milan. Real Madrid getting beaten by AC Milan. That was a brilliant result for AC Milan. I know there's been a lot of pressure on Paulo Fonseca and his playing style and all that stuff. How he's not getting the best out of Rafael Leao and all that stuff, but he did get the best out of Rafael Leao at Santiago Bernabeu. So that was a great result for them. We saw, of course, Liverpool smacking Bayer Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso going back to his old club, in decent form, really. I thought Bayer Leverkusen were going to give Liverpool a run for their money, but it turns out that Liverpool are unstoppable right now under Arne Slot. 14 wins from 16 games, or was it 15 from 17 after they beat Aston Villa? But yeah, tremendous run there under Arne Slot, and I got to give him a lot of credit for how he's gotten the best out of the team. I did make the small argument that the reason why we're saying Liverpool is such a good form because it's literally the same team that Klopp had. It's just that Arne Slot has made a small minor tweaks in terms of giving them more control, more I wouldn't say more fluidity and more freedom in their transitions, but they look more devastating than they had than reaching the same levels as they were under the three seasons that Klopp we really thought that Klopp was gonna get this team to be dominating City and all that stuff. Arne Slot is made those minor tweaks that have got Liverpool playing so good, so tough to beat but also tough to stop. Van Dijk and Konate, I gotta say they're right now probably the best two defensive partnerships in the world right now. Well, the best two centre back partnerships in the world right now, unstoppable. Konate, his wide defending is amazing. And it seems as though Konate just told Trent, go and do your thing, man. Go and do your thing up there. I got the rest. I got the when Trent leaves his position at fullback and goes and does what he does. Konate is left with that wide space. And he deals with it brilliantly. He's looked unstoppable right now. We know how good Virgil van Dijk has been. We know how good he is. And Liverpool been fantastic defensively. I think they've been. I thought Slot was gonna take some time to get this team playing as he wants to, but yeah, I think they've been fabulous. Salah, of course. I may be a bit controversial in saying this, but I'm not his biggest fan. I can't fault his record. I can't fault what he's done for Liverpool. I mean, he's not my type of winger. But yeah, he is taking incredible the levels he's reached. New age, new wisdom in terms of tactical understanding. He's not just a goal getter now. He's creative. Every time when he gets that ball on the right flank, he's gonna try and cross. He's gonna try and dissect the opposition defense. I think he's been brilliant, been top. As we know Salah to be, in all honesty. But I think Liverpool have been superb. Some good, really good results in the Champions League last week. Arsenal getting beaten, which I mentioned already, by Inter Milan. To be honest, I thought Inter Milan were going to be, all over Arsenal in terms of, getting them on the back foot, pressing them relentlessly, getting the fans on side, and allowing Arsenal, not allowing Arsenal any room or maneuver to work their magic. And it wasn't what I expected. I thought Arsenal were really good in the second half, especially. The way they grabbed control of the game, the way they took the fans out of everything, made gave Inter Milan some nervous moments. I've got to be honest. But again, there was no incision, there was no variety, there's no freedom in their attack, there was no, creative inspiration. And they missed Odegaard really, um, so much during this what since he's been out in August. Arsenal haven't won in their last 4 games, which is shown. And for me, I think they're missing a variety in the attack. They're so heavily reliant on Saka. Um, and of course, if you want to get the best of Saka consistently, he needs Odegaard. To be honest, as I'm saying that, I don't think that Saka he needs one player to do his best match, because we've seen the best of Saka without Odegaard. But I think, if Arsenal are gonna get to that levels again where they're just getting points relentlessly, they need their top attackers fit and firing, and Saka needs Odegaard. I think, I feel, or I believe. Open to debate. I still think it's incredible without him, but if you know what I mean, I do think Saka, Odegaard brings more out of Saka. Saka brings the best out of Odegaard. um, yeah, and I think, yeah, Arsenal really missed Odegaard. He creates space, he finds space that no other player, in an Arsenal team can do. He leads from the front. We saw it against Chelsea in the 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. The way he leads from the front, there was an instance in the game, I was really impressed with, when Chelsea had the ball in the half, and then Odegaard must have rallied on Martinelli. Saka, come on guys, let's press. Like he was waving his hands. No, those small minor details that Odegaard brings to the team. I think Arsenal really missed, and we've seen it in the results. No win in 4 games. Um, which is so unlike Arteta, because he's got Arsenal firing to a point where you're surprised if they don't win. The games that they've had, you're very surprised. Yep, they drew to Chelsea, they drew to Liverpool, which you know which you could say, yeah, it's reasonable. But Arsenal challenging for trophies right now, and if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. You've got to beat Liverpool. You've got to beat Liverpool at Anfield. I'm sorry to say, but if Arsenal say they want to be, matching City, you've got to be beating Liverpool at Anfield. You've got to be beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Um, what was it? Yeah, you've got to be beating Liverpool at your own. I think is that their own turf, isn't it? Was that Emirates? Um, if I can recall, yeah, it was at Emirates. So yeah, no, it's a game Arsenal. Yeah, these are games Arsenal should be winning, as we've seen City over the past few years. Tremendous levels that they've got to, beating the teams in and around them. Even when they're not playing at their best, grinding out results. That's what wins you the leagues. Um, you know, Arsenal's form has been, a bit, you know, eerie right now. And I do agree with the notion that people are saying that Arsenal should have got better quality over the summer, in terms of their attacking outlets. I don't understand why Sterling isn't being used as much as I thought he would. I really thought Arteta was gonna, Martinelli for me is not consistent enough. Um, Martinelli, he won't get that 15 goals, that 15 goal tally that would take Arsenal to actually beat in City. That's what I feel Arsenal miss right now. You can't be over reliant on Saka and Odegaard. It can't be. I don't think Havertz is the 20 goal striker that will get you a title. Gabriel Jesus, we know his goal record. We know what he brings to the table in terms of what he offers, before the final touch, in terms of a goal. The way he creates space, the way he maneuvers space, the way he outmaneuvers defenders, his movement, and the way, um, you know creates so much can I put it, dimension and creativity in Arsenal's attack. But he's a striker, should be scoring goals. He doesn't get goals, and unfortunately, that's hurting Arsenal right now. So you know, Pedro Neto, I thought it was excellent for Chelsea on Sunday. I really thought Arsenal were going to get him in um during the summer, and he would have been that ingredient that where I said yes, Arsenal can properly challenge and hopefully beat City. Pedro Neto, that was the player Arsenal needed. For me, he's a game breaker. Pedro Neto, up against if he's playing up against defenses of a high line, we know what he can do. Raw speed and dribbling ability, knock the ball on past defenders in a flash. But even against low blocks, the crosses he was putting in on Sunday, I thought, wow, if Chelsea had a proper striker like a Victor Osimhen, to get on the end of those crosses, I think Chelsea could have easily won that game if they had a Victor Osimhen up there. If they had a Victor Gyökeres or Benjamin Sesko, if Chelsea had a proper number 9, that goal getter that can get on the end of those crosses, they would have won that game. The balls Pedro Neto was putting in was delicious. And I think he's someone Arsenal should have really gone for. If, in all honesty, if Arsenal was serious about winning the title this year, that's a player they should have gone for me. Chelsea are reaping the benefits right now. Arsenal's loss is Chelsea's gain. And as we saw on Sunday, that his brilliant goal I thought was fantastic. Yes, Arsenal left a huge gap for him to exploit, but Pedro Neto's speed of thought and presence of mind to pick out that spot in half space, drive it, get the ball on from is it Caicedo, drive into that space and hit. Yeah, no stopping him. From the moment he took that shot, I knew it was going to cause trouble, and it went in. But yeah, he's someone I thought Arsenal could have done with. In all honesty, we know Odegaard is back. And yeah, he was brilliant for me. Odegaard for Arsenal. He got the assist, delicious cross. I don't know what Chelsea's backline was doing there. That was terrible defending. I don't even know what was going on there. But yeah, I thought Odegaard's cross from Martinelli was brilliant. And again, Martinelli took his goal well, but again, for me, I have huge problems with him. Personally, I like him as a player, but he just lacks consistency. Where's that Martinelli that was terrorizing defenses, grabbing goals and assists every week? I don't know what's gone on. He hasn't got that confidence, that same fire in his belly as he had. Was it 2 seasons ago? 2 seasons ago or last season, where he had that terrific run where he was unstoppable. Every week getting goals and assists, getting Arsenal to, to those heights that they reached under Arteta over the past 2 seasons. Where's that Martinelli gone? But yeah, I thought yeah, he took his goal well, but we need more of that. I tweeted on Sunday after he scored. I said, brilliant goal, Martinelli, but we need more of that, son. I'm not Arsenal supporter, but I'm speaking in terms of me, Arsenal, wanting Arsenal to take that next level. Arsenal need more of that. They need Martinelli to hit the 15 goal mark. If you want to be winning titles like City do, get your wingers to be hitting the 15 goals. We know Saka can do it. Saka's done it, been there and done it. But it's that left side that's the problem, and that's what I felt. Raheem Sterling could have done. People are saying, "No, Raheem Sterling is washed. Raheem Sterling is he's not that great. He's overrated." For me, it's rubbish. His record speaks for itself. Whether he's getting tap-ins, whether he's getting lucky goals, whether he's getting deflections, Raheem Sterling scores goals. That's just the fact of the matter. His record speaks for itself. He's won titles. He's won leagues with City. He's won titles. He's won cups. He's been there and done it. That's what Arsenal need right now. If they want to be, Arteta want to be winning the major trophies, put Sterling in there. Give him a run of games. See how he does. The thing about Sterling is he may not be that Saka in terms of creating creating space, creating separation from his defenders in terms of, even though he can do it, but what Sterling gives you is that appetite in the box, that fox in the box mentality from the wing. He's not a number 9, but he does it from the wing. That you'll get you Sterling. Give him a run of games, give him confidence, give him the freedom to do what he does best. He will get you 15 to 20 goals. That's what gets you over the line. For me personally, I can't lie. As much as I love Arteta, I've been disappointed in him in the way he's been using Sterling. Arsenal went all out from a deadline day. And Sterling's a player who's been there and done it. I really thought he would have used him more. Hopefully, after the international break, we get to see more of him. But Arteta, please, 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 if you know what's good for your title hopes, play Raheem Sterling. You know what he can do. You know what he does best. His record speaks for itself. Um, and I've been pleading for Arteta, even to play Ethan Waneri, who I think is an extraordinary talent for me. One of the best teenagers in the Premier League right now for me. Excellent player, excellent talent, wonderful, wonderful gifts he's got. The way he moves in between line, the way he weaves past players, the way he drops a shoulder and deceives his markers and gets past them. He's got a lethal left foot. The goal he scored against Preston was wonderful, and he nearly bagged a similar goal against Inter Milan. I thought that was top. At a stadium in that atmosphere, in that environment, as raucous as it is, as high pressured as it is, to get the ball like that and then try and get your team back in the game like he did. Unfortunately, he didn't score that goal, but I thought that was wonderful to watch. Ethan Raneri, I would have thought Arteta would have given him more opportunities. When play him against Liverpool, play him against Newcastle away at St James's Park. The guy has Waneri's got that aura about him. He's got that creativity, that player that can come in and create something out of nothing. That player that can he's got the same ability in terms of playing in small spaces as Odegaard. I thought Arteta would have given him some opportunities there. Play him at St James's Park. Play him against Liverpool. Start him. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Those small details that's probably left Arsenal short. Left Arsenal short of properly challenging Liverpool and City and but we'll see. We'll see how after the international break goes. We'll see how Arteta manages to tweak things up. How Arsenal react. I think they got who they got next up. Arsenal. Who they got next up after the international break? They got Forest at home Saturday the 23rd. So that's gonna be a tough game actually because Forest have been in brilliant form. Before the defeat to Newcastle, which I'm gonna come to in a second. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough game. Forest there won't be easy pushovers. But yeah, a game I do feel Arsenal should be winning. And a game they need to win, of course, because Liverpool are running away with it right now. I know it's only 11 games in, but Liverpool creating a confidence and an aura about them that guys, Van Dijk will be saying to them, guys, we can go on a real run here. City are not playing well. Arsenal are not playing well. Come on, let's build on this. So Arsenal need to be catching up. Arsenal need to be getting points on the board. I watched Match of the Day 2 on Sunday, and I heard Troy Deeney say that if Arsenal lose another 1 or 2 games, they're out of it. And as much as I don't like to make these predictions too early, I can't fault his opinion. I can't fault that. The way Liverpool are playing right now, and City are in a bit of a rut right now, losing 4 games on the trot. But City, when it gets to Christmas time, January, they put it on. January, February, they put it on. So Arsenal need to be getting points on the board. But yeah, it's gonna be thrilling. It's gonna be exciting. This is the last international break of the year. It's the last international break until March. So we're gonna be seeing some non-stop Premier League every week in our faces. I love it. And hopefully, Arsenal can bring it on again. We've got Odegaard back, but let's come on, Arteta. Let's see Sterling in there. Let's see Ranieri in there. Let's give these guys games. Give these guys opportunities. And Ranieri's got the talent to break games, to win games in Arsenal's favour. Sterling's got the record, the history, the aura about him. The confidence, the legendary status at City. To get Arsenal near City. Again, to get Arsenal challenging Liverpool. Hopefully Arteta can tweak something, can do something different. Um, but yeah, it should be an exciting title race. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, fantastic football matches we've seen this weekend. We saw what did we see? Oh, Tottenham losing to Ipswich. That was very surprising for me. Um, you know, I put some Tottenham players in my fantasy and thought, okay, this is an easy win. Not an easy win, but Tottenham can get some goals on here. Build their confidence again. Get some more points on the board. But Ipswich, they came there with a game plan. They came there with fight. They came there with doggedness. They came there with a Premier League small club mentality where I'm thinking, you're a small club, but how we're gonna get points, or how we're gonna get a point here, is by wanting it more. It's by fighting more. It's by being dogged. It's by being coming with a game plan and being physical. That's what Ipswich did. I thought they were brilliant in that respect. Um, Tottenham were poor defensively. They are missing Van de Ven crucially, and again that's a position I thought Tottenham were gonna actually invest in properly. I don't think Dragusin is up to the level Postecoglou needs if Tottenham are to challenge for a top four, or possibly get to the last stage of the Europa League. I don't think Dragusin is that level yet. But Van der Ven, with the injuries he's got, I really would have thought Tottenham would have invested much in that area. Got another defender who can defend and you know um, bridge the gap in terms of Tottenham playing a higher line and getting back into position to stop counter attacks and transitions as good as Van der Ven does. I really thought Tottenham were going to get another player like him there, but that's a lesson that will need to be learned right now. Ipswich exploited it. Yeah, fantastic result for Kieran McKenna. Fabulous result. In fact, Ipswich getting their first points on the board at Tottenham. The first win on the board at Tottenham. Brilliant result for them. But yeah, some more what other result was there? Brighton. Yeah, I need to move on to City. That's what I need to move on to. Yeah. City. I'm loving this, to be honest, because I'm a United fan. So, City and losing 4 games for the first time under Guardiola is a bit sweet for me. I can't lie to you. I don't want them winning the league again. As I'm saying, I'm riding up Arsenal. Come on, guys, man. Come on. And even though I'm supposed to hate you, I'm supporting you, man. Come on, don't let me down. I don't want City winning a fifth in a row, man. That's just treacherous. I'm sorry. And I'm saying the Premier League is the best league in the world, and City winning five times in a row. Sorry, no, I don't want that. Even if Liverpool can go and do something, do it, please. Anything, please. But yeah, City are in a bad run of form right now, and I think yes, we could say, you know, they're losing Rodri right now. Rodri's not there, so they haven't got that security and that presence in the middle of the park, and teams that can just run at them. We've seen it. Sporting exploited them brilliantly last week. Ruben Amorim, homage to you, brother. Homage to you, Gaffer. Um, Welcome to Old Trafford. I'm excited, but yeah. Back to City. Yeah. Yeah, City are really missing Rodri right now. And I did post something on X, or well Twitter. Why am I saying X? Twitter, that I think City need a stopgap in there. I do think they need to get a short term solution, because that area of the pitch is a problem. Mateo Kovacic, who I thought was tip top against Brighton. I thought he was excellent against Brighton, especially in the first half. The way he controlled the game, the way there's something about Kovacic where he just, no matter how many players are around him, he picks up the ball and just runs and just goes. He's gone. The way he carries the ball, there's a certain quality about him. I just can't put my finger on it. Um, but yeah, you know, he can't do that number 6 role by himself. He needs help in there. He hasn't got the legs to defend large spaces, to win balls and stop counter attacks, stop transitions next. Because Guardiola hates. If there's anything in football that Guardiola hates, is when teams counter attack against his team, and we've seen that countless times over the past few weeks. And that's, of course, without Rodri. But I do think City do need to get probably a short-term solution in there. Um, I did suggest someone, Christian Norgard from Brentford. He's on the last year of his contract. If City put in a what 10, 15 million, Brentford can't say no. Christian Norgard, I think he's excellent. I think he's in the prime of his career right now. 28. I think he's been one of the most underrated defensive midfielders. Well, he's 30. He's 30 right now. I think that'll be an excellent stopgap. He's in his prime. He's in his best years. He's a top defensive midfielder for me. Underrated, in fact. I think he's one of the outside the top 6 clubs. I think he's one of the best defensive midfielders. He's got to be in the top 5, top 6, top 7. Christian Norgard. For me, I think he'll be an excellent stopgap for City. He can defend large spaces. He can win. He can stop counter attacks. He can cause havoc to in terms of winning balls in that middle third. Yeah, that's what City would need right now. If you want to be stopped, the fact is that they're leaking goals. Rodri, in terms of Rodri winning the ball winning, Rodri isn't the best, but he's got that aura, that presence. I think City need to get someone that fills in at least one of those attributes that Rodri's got, and Christian Noga can do that. He's arguably a better ball winner than Rodri. He's good on the ball actually as well. A few matches I've seen Brentford 90 minutes. I've seen them, Christian Noga, the way he picks up the ball, he dictates games. He can play his way out pressure in terms of the passing, progressive passes, playing the balls up to Embuemo and Johan Wissa. I think it'll be an excellent stopgap. I think it should be in the last year of his contract. If City put in a 10 million pound, 15 million pound bid, I don't think Brentford will reject it, if I'm being honest. But again, with the new the new board that's gonna be coming about in the next year or so, in terms of new technical director. Would I be spending money on 30-year-olds like Norgard? I don't think so. I don't see it. But if City are serious about challenging on all fronts again, they do need a stopgap in there. Kovacic isn't enough. As good he is on the ball, as good as he is on the ball, he's not. He hasn't got the legs to do it off the ball as well. He does need a partner in there to help him navigate that, or to negate the fact that he doesn't have the ball winning ability. Christian Norgard would be an excellent stopgap for me. I'm seeing hidden reports, that they want to go in for Zubimendi. As good as Zubimendi is, as top as he is, when Rodri comes back, what's the dynamic going to be like there? Are they going to play together? Is Zubimendi going to be Rodri's backup? And for me, Zubimendi is too good to be a backup. Or as good as he is, £50 million. I'm seeing what he's got a release clause of that. As good as he is, £50 million. I don't see City, giving him a fullback option, or giving him a second best option. As good as he is, for me, he's a first teamer. He's a first name of the teamship. Zubimendi is. Um, quality player. We saw Barcelona one of them last season, Liverpool one of them last summer. Um, and as good as top as he may be in terms of what bringing the ball out of pressure, um, creating those lovely bounce passes, getting his team up the pitch in terms in the progressive passing and movement, breaking up play. I think that's an underrated attribute of his. Um, you know, will City spend 50 million just for him to just to be him to be a stopgap right now? It's yeah. Um, if they do it, he's too good to be a stopgap player. But again, City are City. To go and win leagues, you need to go out and buy quality. If Zubimendi is the answer to helping um compensate for the loss of Rodri, go and do it. Go and do it. Zubimendi's quality player. Um, but yeah, you know, City are being really exploited right now. 4 losses on the bounce. It's so unheard of. Look out your window and see if pigs are flying. Yeah, yeah. It's we're on uncharted territory right now. Guardiola and City are on. But as I said before, when I was discussing Arsenal, City when it gets to what Christmas and January, they're gonna turn it on again. It's inevitable. They got De Bruyne back from injury. Although you know the squad is getting a bit on in terms of age. De Bruyne in his latter years, Kovacic in his latter years, Gundogan too, and it's the midfield. It's that midfield. Kyle Walker, not the same player as he once was. Um, not he's not as good as a defender as people make out. Kyle Walker's a terrible defender. Let me tell you that. People say, "Oh, he's got pace. He's got pace." No, it's not about pace. It's about reading of the game. It's about tracking runners. Excellent positioning. Kyle Walker's got none of that. I'm sorry. He may have speed, but that's all he's got. And speed is not enough for me. But yeah, I do feel Man City need to they're gonna need a squad evolution in the next year or so, and that's I guess that's why they brought in Hugo Viana from Sporting, who's gonna take up the role hopefully. I think next season. But yeah, big job on his hands to get the team, even if Guardiola's not there or not. City are gonna need a huge rebuild. A lot of their players are aging right now. um, Especially in that midfield, it's gonna need a lot of revamp. Even at left back as well, they ain't got the same quality there. Playing Josko Vardio, who I feel is an excellent player, wonderful player. I love Guardiola. I love Guardiola. Um, but for me, he's a better centre back. I think he's best used at the centre back. I thought he was excellent against Brighton, despite the loss. Where he's bringing that ball out of play, bringing the ball out of defense and carrying it and passing it, progressive passing, intention in his passing, the attention in his movements and getting into position, getting stuck in. He's got fabulous attributes. I think he could be one of the best defenders in the world for me. Josko Vardio. Um, but yeah, I do feel City need to revamp at left back. Some good left back options out there. City can break the bank on. They've got the money to do it. Why not? But yeah, tough spot. You know, Guardiola's in right now. And I'm happy right now. City are in this run, but if anyone can bring them out of this run and just sweep it under the rug and think forget about it, it's Guardiola. Um, you know, we know how good he is. We know he's the best. He's arguably the greatest of all time in terms of coaching and trophies and influence. Greatest of all time. Um, yeah, I do feel City will turn it on again post what Christmas time. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see again. As I said before, excellent title race we're gonna have. If City turn it on, if Arsenal can find their form again, um, it's really looking good up there. To me, I don't look at the Premier League table until like 15 games, and as a United fan, I shouldn't be looking at the table right now because where we are right now is appalling. Um, that's why I don't look at the table. To be honest, I don't look at the table generally until Christmas, but you know, um, yeah, it's really looking tight. Um, well, Liverpool are 5 points clear right now, so they're unstoppable right now. City on 23 points, Liverpool on 28. Then you've got Chelsea on 19, Arsenal on 19, Nottingham Forest on 19, Brighton on 19, Fulham on 18, Newcastle on 18, Aston Villa on 18. So that third place to what, ninth, just 1 point separating them. Crazy. Um, yeah, hopefully, Arsenal can get back in amongst the title race again. In the next two games, Arsenal need to win. Arsenal need to win. 4 points behind City, nine points behind Liverpool, which is huge. Yeah, we're only 11 games in, but they need to make that up. They can't allow it to go to get to 12, get to 15, get to 10. Um, they need to win their next two games. Arsenal for me, um, desperately. Even if they're not playing well, just grind out results. Especially at this stage when we're getting to Christmas, where it's going to be crunch time. You need points on the board. But yeah, a few. Let's dive into a few other. Yes. Got to talk about United. Excellent win we got. Excellent result we got on Sunday against Leicester. I thought we were really good. Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo. Ah, Ten Hag is a fraud, man. What was Ten Hag doing? Come on, come on. How can you be dropping this guy? How can you be dropping this guy? How can you be dropping Ahmad? Sorry, man. No. I'm sorry. Ahmad has been excellent. Past two games at least, brilliant. Against PAOK last week in the Europa League. Oh, what a performance. That second goal as well. Wow, wonderful. It's not the fact that it's not the quality showed in terms of getting into position to score the goal, but his desire, his fight, his fire in pressing, winning the ball high up, and then going on that kind of run, struggling off his man. Ahmad looks like the type, give him a simple barge and he'll be flying. But his frame and his size is deceptive. He's got tremendous upper body strength, especially for a player of his size. And his close control, intricacy in his movement, the way he drops the shoulder and gets past his man. The way the ball just sticks to him and glue, and that left foot of his is wonderful. But yeah, he may not have got a goal or an assist on Sunday, but I thought it was excellent again. And for me, I love. I'm not a fan of having a right winger, a right-footed player on the right wing. I love my left-footed on the right wing. That's why I've been begging for Amad Diallo to be a starter this season. And I don't know what Ten Hag was doing. But yeah, Amad Diallo was fantastic. For me, he's got to be starting from now on. And there will be times where okay, he'll be off in certain points, but the variety and the freedom in terms of the flexibility and variety and variation he brings to United's attacks in terms of him, you know, you know, sitting wide and getting the ball on that left foot, opening the angles, the way you can see the pitch, see what's ahead of him, get swing a left boot and get some passes in there, opens up the pitch for others. You know what I mean? That's why Guardiola managers like Guardiola and Arteta, having a left-footed player on that right wing, opens up the pitch. Especially having a creative player, Saka, Savio. These players that they can see things that a right-footed player can't. And that's what United needed to get under Ten Hag. And I know he brought in Anthony and all that stuff, but Anthony just hasn't got that quality right now. to take United forward in terms of that right wing spot. Diallo's got it for me. He's got that X factor. Can create things out of nothing. Um, and again, I thought he was brilliant. Bruno turning it on now, getting back into form. There have been some elements where I thought, oh, what are you doing, mate? Come on, just keep the ball. As Bruno, as soon as Bruno gets the ball in certain aspects, he just wants to hoof it and find a player, a Rashford run or a Garnacho run. Just keep the ball. Sometimes it's better to just keep the ball. Let's control the game. Let's dictate the pace. That's been United's downfall on the Ten Hag over the past 2 seasons. With this season and last season. Not controlling games, not slowing things down, not gaining a better perspective to, break down low blocks. It's always get the ball in the transition and hoof it. You know what I mean? It's yes, United are counter attacking, counter attacking history and tradition, but counter attack with wisdom, counter attack with intention, not just kick and hope. It's been frustrating to see. Um, but yeah, I know, I haven't mentioned new manager in. Well, I did, but only little. But yeah, I'm happy about Ruben Amorim. I'm in fact I'm over the moon. In fact, um, I had three candidates if Ten Hag was to leave. It was Ruben, Julian Nagelsmann, and Stuttgart's manager Seb Holness. I think these are three managers that can transform us tactically, but also have the charisma and that newish feel where we've got Ineos in. Let's get in a young manager now to help grow the club and grow the team with. Amorim, Holness, and Nagelsmann were my three candidates for the role. Holness is going to be difficult because he's got Stuttgart in the Champions League. They're playing Champions League football and they're doing well right now. And Nagelsmann's in the Germany national team. Wants to take them to the World Cup. And hopefully do something there with them. So it was always going to be difficult to get him in. So Amorim, perfect bet. And the way Ineos moved to get him in was fabulous. Unlike anything I've seen before United since I don't know since God knows. The speed and the there was no leaks. There was no is he gonna come? Is he gonna go? Is he gonna stay and all that stuff? As soon as Ten Hag was sacked, 10 hours later, United working on the deal to sign Amorim. I'm thinking, wow, what's going on here? This ain't United, bro. Ineos, okay. The speed at which they got things done was excellent. I think by Friday, Ten Hag was sacked on Monday. Tuesday the news came in. Friday, Thursday, the deal was sealed. You know what I mean? No leaks, no hesitancy, no trying to let's pay 8.5 million instead of 10 million. Let's haggle. Let's higgy and haggle like Ed Woodward did and them man. You know what I mean? It was speed, quick, incisive. You know what you want, go and get it. And that's what I loved about Ineos in terms of the intention. But yeah, I'm over the moon with disappointment. I've loved Amarin. It's not just his tactics and how he transforms sporting, but it's his charisma. He speaks with clarity. He speaks with intention. When he speaks, you know what he says. With Ten Hag, there was times where in interviews where I heard him speak, and I was like, what's he trying to say? Okay, I'm hearing this, but how's he translating on the pitch? You know what I mean? With Amarim, we're gonna get with him. Even the interview that he gave when Sporting, won dramatically against Braga 4-2. I think it's in his post press conference. He said, I'm gonna have to play a different way. Well, I'm gonna have to use a system that I know at United. I know we're not gonna get much time to train when I come in. So the turnaround is gonna be quick between when I come in and Ipswich game. So I want to use a system that I know, will get results. And the thing is, when I heard that, I was like, okay, we might play a free at the back, but there's going to be solidity, there's going to be fluidity, there's going to be structure, there's going to be a system where the players will feel confident about. Because Amorim can get his message across quickly, incisively, speed. Um, but yeah, I'm over the moon with disappointment. I feel Amorim is a top manager. Um, well, he's head coach now, he's not manager. First first time United have done this. For well in history. Amorim's our first head coach ever. So he'll get no veto in terms of signings. He'll want his ideal candidate for a position. Ineos will give him a list of candidates, a list of players, and he won't get the final say. What Dan Ashworth says, what Dan Ashworth finds and picks, that will be, but at least it'll be in tandem. At least it'll be in unison. At least it'll be, a communal decision. You know what I mean? And I love the way Ineos are operating. Yeah, people can say they've made a mistake and not letting Ten Hag go um, in the summer rather than sacking him now. He should have gone in the summer. But you know, these are guys that are just working together for the first time. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a hiccup. There's gonna be something where, oh, okay, we've done this wrong. Let's work on this. Let's fix this now. They've done that. You know, yeah, we're not in a position where we want to be in the table. But you've brought in a manager with intention. You've brought in a manager who will build something that the players can believe in. Will build something that the fans can believe in. Will build something that Ineos themselves will believe in. No, there will be no cause for how can I put confusion. You know, as I said before, Amorim speaks with clarity. He speaks with confidence. He's confident in his ability. He's confident, and he's even self-aware. I love the interview he gave a couple of weeks ago. I think it's before the City game, or was it after? No, after. Yeah, around that time where he said, um, United can't defend like Sporting do. United can't play like Sporting do. Um, but I have to work on myself. I have to work on my tactics to ensure that the players are playing in an environment and in a condition where they are getting they are the performance at their best every week. That's what he said. And I heard that and I was thinking, wow, wow. Yeah, I knew Amram had it in him, but when you're speaking in reference to United and how we've needed structure and the cohesiveness in our game for so long, hearing a manager say that before he even steps in through the door, I was blown away. Yeah, my excitement just went through the roof. And I know there was that kind of camaraderie when Ten Hag came in. We were excited before we played at Ajax, but Ten Hag was a victim of his own what naivety, a victim of his own lack of conviction. You know, um, he wasn't. When he said that he's not going to play the Ajax way, I was thinking, bro, like, why not play in a system where where you are confident in? Try and translate it to the players. It didn't work. It's stuck in his ways, trying to play a brand of football that he knows and a brand of football United know, and then or United traditions, and then it just fell apart. Injuries. Yeah, we can blame on the injuries, but too many injuries. One or two injuries here and there. You can say, oh, okay, you know, we're in a bad spot. Injuries, but when it's happening time and time again, it's got to fall on the manager. Um, and then even despite the injuries, we're watching the football and I'm thinking, okay, what's our style of play? What are you trying to do? You know, I'm not seeing anything till when did he get sacked? What, last week? Till till then, I don't know what our style of players under Ten Hag. What is United? What is our identity under this new nothing. I couldn't you know as I said before in the previous episodes. I, I love to see. I'm a guy of the bigger picture. Um, I love to see the light at the end of the tunnel when things aren't going well for a manager, for a player. You know, I'm a guy that loves to see that at the end of the tunnel. I'm a guy that loves to see the positives. I just didn't see it on the Ten Hag. I'm sorry, if I'm being real. I just didn't see it. So it's unfortunate because Ten Hag was, you know, he's a personable, very good character. But yeah, you know, the message, it just seemed that the message didn't get across. And we're suffering right now. We're falling victim to it right now. 13th place, which is not good enough. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about Amorim. Even if things go pear shaped in his, even if things go pear shaped, first few weeks or first few months, you know, he's gonna bring a clarity and a cohesiveness and what's it, an idea that the players will believe in, because he comes across as someone who knows this stuff. He comes across as someone who is confident in his own convictions. Um, that's what Ten Hag lacked, and that's what was ultimately his downfall. Um, but yeah, I think Amram will change that. But yeah, I'm hugely excited, hugely excited. Um, I'm excited for what comes next. Ipswich game after the international break is going to be a tough game because, you know, Ipswich, you know, yeah, it may not have been getting results, but look how they just beat Tottenham. And you know that result was coming as well because Ipswich have been playing really well, despite the results, not getting the results, not getting the wins that they need. Just, you know, the first one was on Sunday, but um, despite them not getting the results, the plan is always there. You can see their identity. Um, I'm a massive fan of Kieran McKenna. I love him as a coach. You know, he was someone that I looked at in the summer and thought, you know, if we get him, I wouldn't mind at all. If we rebuild with him, I wouldn't mind at all. But yeah, terrific job he's doing there, even though, you know, they're where they are right now. But still, the football over the last few weeks, I've been watching them closely. Even, you know, from the draw against Villa, from then I think they've looked really impressive. You can start to see that you know, um, they've got a bit of character about them now. They've got a bit of you know, what's it? They street smart. How they beat Tottenham. If they can carry that forward now, you know, no reason why they can't, you know, can't go and, you know, make me happy in terms of, because my prediction at the start of the season was for Ipswich to stay clear of relegation. I'm sticking to that, hopefully. But yeah, if they can show what they showed against Tottenham on Sunday in terms of the character and the fight and the personality, and you know, if they can show that as a small club, you know, there's no reason why they can't go and, you know, fight off relegation. But yeah, I'm you know, so happy about the result. So happy for Kerry McKenna. Excellent result for them. Um, but yeah, some really good. You know, I've been really impressed with certain teams over the past week or so. Brighton, terrific win over City. Um, the job Fabian Hersel is doing right there over there has been nothing short of sensational. The way he's got them playing, um, you know, it looks like it's an improvement on De Zerbi. I know it's too early to make these kind of judgments, but the football they're playing, it looks like an improvement. It looks like they've, you know, he's tweaked some things. They've tweaked certain things, and they're looking really, you know, really good, like a top side now. You know, and the quality, the quality they've got. If you don't have Jorginho Rota, you've got João Pedro. If you don't have João Pedro, you got what's it, Brian Gruder. If you don't have Danny Welbeck, you've got Evan Ferguson. If you don't have Carol, if you don't, you know, you've got Carol Matoma. They've got Yankuba Minter. He's injured, out injured, but still, who did they play on the right hand side? Matt O'Reilly back from injury, getting the goal he scored. You know, I did Simon Adingra. My goodness, wow. And one player I have to mention, and this is my he, the this player, Carlos Baleba. He is my type of midfielder. What a player! What a player! The way he just changed the game against City, I thought was spectacular. Um, I love him. You know, the way he receives the ball in tight spaces, small space quality. You know, the way he receives it, He's got that edge about him where when he receives it on the half turn, he knows what he's gonna do before he receives the ball. Um, um, the way he gets Brighton movement up the pitch, the way he drives the ball, there's so much aura and so much authenticity with the way he carries the ball. Um, he's his own player. You can't compare him to anyone else because he's Carlos Baleba. I think he's going to be a top player in the future. I've got high hopes for him. One player to watch out for in the future, definitely. Um, and there's been a number of players I've been really, really impressed with. Johan Wissa from Brentford. Um, for me, I think Johan Wissa is one of the most underrated finishers in the Premier League. Um, I think I tweeted this the other day. Every goal nearly every goal he scored for Brentford. So you have to look at it and nod your head in admiration. You got to say, oh wow, okay, yeah. Johan Wissa is really really good. His movement, um, you know, we know Brentford haven't been the same without Ivan Toney, but the variation in their play without him is really exciting. Brian and Buemo, Wissa, and then Lewis Potter. The speed and the creativity they've got in those three. And Wissa, the way he's taken up the mantle as the main man up front, he's been nothing short of terrific. I think he's an excellent player. I think he's as I said before, I think he's one of the most underrated finishers around right now. Um, you know, we know Brian and Bremer's quality. We know how good he is. But yeah, Brentford have been Brentford have been Brentford, and they're so good at it. Fulham, another team I'm really really. Marco Silva is doing a remarkable job. And it's not just what they're doing this season. It's it's a byproduct of their recruitment. What we're seeing right now from Fulham is a fruit of their recruitment. Getting in Sander Burge, getting in Emil Smith Rowe, getting in Reece Nelson, the way they did. You know, Fantastic players to build your team in to get to what's it add a spice onto what was already there. Um, those three players have been terrific ever since they've come in. We saw Smith Rowe getting his goal and against Crystal Palace in a top win for them. Um, you know, yeah, Sander Burge, Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson. They've got Marcus Silva's got Jimenez playing back to the levels he was at Wolves, before his head injury. You know what I mean? It's top management. I think, and the reports even before Amorim was announced that Man United were going to try for Marcus Silva, and I would have thought, you know, uh, I haven't got no bad word to say against Marcus Silva, to be honest. I know he had this tough spell. Where was he at before? Everton. You know, yeah, he had a tough spell, but he even started well there. But the way the team is created right now at Fulham is has been brilliant. And what? Where are they in the table? Seventh in the table on 18 points, 1 point from Chelsea in third. After 11 games, 5 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, 16 goals scored. Yeah, terrific. Um, Forest as well. Yeah, they lost against Newcastle, and to be honest, I was surprised by the result. And again, that just goes to show how far Forest have come under Nuno. Um, um, you know, um, so I'm thinking, I was surprised that Newcastle went there and won the way they did. Again, that's only Forest's second defeat of the season, which is mightily impressive. Chris Wood, tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. I've loved this transformation. Um, you know, at Newcastle, I thought, oh, who is this? Come on, man. He ain't got the quality to get Newcastle to where they want to be. But the way he's reinvented himself and transformed himself at Forest, and again, it's a credit to Nuno Espirito Santo getting him getting the players around him to, getting the right ingredients around him. Hudson Odoi, Gibbs White, Alanga, Elliot Anderson. These guys can create chances at will for him. Even left back when they got Alex Moreno from Villa. That's excellent recruitment. someone who can give, provide the crosses and the, passes for Wood to thrive on. It's a credit to Nuno for building a team in his image. You know what I mean? I think Nottingham Forest got one of the best mid block setups, so far this season. The way they set up in that mid block, tough to beat, rigid, rugged, dogged, inspired. Just what we saw when Nuno managed Wolves, back then. They may not have had the same quality as others around them, but you knew when you came up against Nuno's team, you're gonna be in a battle of some sort. And they had the quality up front to hurt teams. And who knows what Nuno can do with Forest if they can get a top of the top 10, top 11 finish. Wow, extraordinary. But yeah, the run they're on, yeah, they lost to Newcastle, and again, that's a defeat I was really shocked by. And again, as I said before, just goes to show how good they've been this season. Um, Villa, you know, yeah, Villa have hit the rocks a bit. Losing to Liverpool on Sunday, they were losing the way they did in the Champions League last week was terrible. Unfortunate, really. Um, but yeah, I don't worry too much about Villa. Um, I do feel Emery will find the right ingredient to get them going again. Who they got after the international break? Uh, so Villa have got Crystal Palace at home. The way Crystal Palace are playing right now, the injuries have got. I see an easy win for Villa there. If I'm being honest, I know Palace are my local club, just 15 minutes away from me, but I can't see anything other than a Villa win there. Um, Bournemouth, I can't believe I've forgotten about Bournemouth. Terrific. What and Don Iraola's doing there. Um, you know, they're 12th right now. In the table. Um, wow, what a team. I've been you know discussing them over the past few episodes, and the job Andoni Raiola's got them doing, the high pressing game, counter pressing, the energy that they play out, even at the Vitality Stadium. Wow, the atmosphere that their football creates. And they got quality now. They got quality players now. Probably arguably even better than the quality they had under Eddie Howe. Which is terrific to say, to have a manager like that at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are blessed right now. Yes, they lost 3-2 to Brentford, but again, it was a game they were well in. They were well in it, until Brentford got the winner. But yeah, huge, 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 huge impact Andoni Iraola's made. Got to discuss West Ham and Everton. Um, Everton should have won that. For me, Everton should have won that. They should have been out of sight in the first half. Had numerous chances. But then again, they didn't finish them. West Ham could have easily won it at the end, but for some terrific goalkeeping from Jordan Pickford. Um, but yeah, West Ham, I'm really, really worried. I think there was an episode where I said, Lopetegui is the right candidate. Well, I'm having doubts about that take right now. West Ham are not performing to the levels that we thought they were. They're not performing to the levels that the quality is. They're not performing to the levels of the quality they've got in the squad. Um, when you got Paqueta, Bowen, Somerville, Mikel Antonio. Yeah, I don't rate him as much as others do, but Antonio offers something that West Ham need. When you got players like that, um, you know, you should really be um where Fulham are, Newcastle are, eighth, ninth, Villa were, in and around those spaces. Yeah, I'm really worried about them right now. And I don't think Lopetegui will lose his job over the international break, but he is under huge pressure. Um, I think if he would have been sacked, he would have been sacked already. We haven't heard the news right now. What today is Tuesday. Um, well, Monday night, Tuesday. We haven't heard any news about any potential sacking. So I do think he's got a little bit of time on his hands. But yeah, big job on his hands. Can he turn it around? I don't know. The way the squad is right now, I'm not liking that midfield. When you got Guido Rodriguez and Edson Alvarez as your defensive midfielders, and you're playing both of them in games, and you're still defending the way they are, they're still being cut open the way they are right now. I'm massively disappointed. And again, it's down to the manager. When you have players of that quality, and you're still getting cut open in defensively, still getting played off the park, dominated like they have been. Massively disappointment. He is under huge pressure right now, Lopetegui. Um, but yeah, again, we'll see. International break has come at the right time for a lot of clubs. I said it before with Arsenal. Whether Arteta can come up with something to give them some inspiration. Um, you know, West Ham, they need it. They need this international break hugely. Um, so it's interesting the way things are shaping up right now. Even the bottom three, Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Southampton, they've all got wins under the belt. Ipswich as well. Um, Ipswich are outside the bottom three right now. Well, they're on 8 points. Southampton on 4 points. Wolves on 6 points. Crystal Palace on 7 points. Wolves, got their first win on the weekend against Southampton. Um, but the thing is, I am massively surprised that that was their first win. That they got their first win in November. Um, you know, the quality Gary Neal has and the quality he's shown in terms of his tactics. I did not think Wolves would be in this position right now. I thought they would have been just below mid table. Yeah, so again, he's another manager that's under pressure right now. I'm hearing reports that his job is safe, but results needs to pick up. And again, as good as Gary O'Neill has been in the job, this is a results business. And if you're not getting results, your position is in jeopardy. Um, that's just the nature of the game. As good a coach as you may be, as good a coach as you've shown over the past, if you're not getting results here now, you're in trouble. And yeah, again, it goes to show that the nature of the Premier League we're at right now. But yeah, huge games to look forward to. I know it's international break right now. England have got some crucial games coming up against Greece and Republic of Ireland. Greece on Thursday, Ireland on on Sunday. And huge. I want to give a huge congratulations to Morgan Rogers for getting his first international call up. I think it's well deserved. I know a lot of players have pulled out of the squad, including Saka, Rice, Palmer. Um, you know, um, it's a chance to give other players a chance, and Rogers has been the best of the lot. Of Out of those players that deserve a spot, Rogers has been the best out of all of them. Um, Wonderful player. The way he carries Aston Villa, the way he gets the ball in the middle third and carries him up the pitch, linking up with Watkins, with Bailey and all that stuff. He's become the linchpin of Villa's attack right now. Well deserved this England call up, and hopefully over these next two games he gets some action. Another huge congratulations to Newcastle left back Lewis Hall. Um, Transformational left back he is, even at this young age. He's technical levels is supreme. Technical levels is massively impressive. Um, the way he can bring the ball out of the back, the way he can handle the ball under pressure. I thought he was excellent against Arsenal when Newcastle beat them at the St James's Park. Even Arsenal were pressing relentlessly on that right hand flank on his left side. The way he was playing with imagination. Linking up with his players to get Arsenal out of the press. I thought was brilliant. And again, it's a testament to his quality. I think he's going to be a really quality left back. And again, England need left backs right now. So Lewis Hall getting a deserved spot. Can he make that his own now? Because right now, was where England are on a dry spell in terms of left back options right now. Lewis Hall can make that position his own, and this is his chance. This is a huge chance for him. So hopefully, over the next 2 games, we can see how good he is. And I hope he grabs it by the scruff, by the horns. But yeah, and I'm confident he can. But yeah, Lewis Hall, terrific player, wonderful player, wonderful talent. Newcastle got a player on their hands, and I don't think he will be there long. I do think he will be then one of their big losses over the next few years, but they have to enjoy him while they can. But yeah, top player. Um, but yeah, some really good good games to feast on. So Saturday the 20th of November when the Premier League returns. We've got Leicester, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Brighton, Arsenal, Forest, Villa, Crystal Palace, Everton, Brentford, Fulham, Wolves, Man City, Tottenham. Again, City need to win, but again, Tottenham need to win as well after their result on Sunday. We've got Southampton, Liverpool, Ipswich United, Amorim's first game. A lot of people will be watching that, see how Amorim sets up initially, how he sets up his first team, his first XI. Newcastle, West Ham on the Monday. That's a good game, top game. And a tough one for Lopetegui. When you're under pressure, one stadium you do not want to go to is St James's Park. That's a tough one. So how West Ham navigate that one, I'll be very very intrigued. I want to see that one more, arguably more than United and Ipswich. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, tough one for West Ham there. We know how good Newcastle have been at St James's Park over the past few years under Eddie Howe. But yeah, some really good games. Um, Shaping up nicely in the Premier League. Tasty, 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 tasty. The Champions League as well. Shaping up nicely in terms of I think 4 games left. Because so each team plays 8 games. The top 8 get into the knockout proper. The next 8 get or is it next 16 or something like that? Get qualification. So way things are shaping up in the Champions League. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich are all in the middle, near the middle bottom. I'm loving this new format. If I'm being honest, I did have my reservations when the season started. But yeah, wonderful the way things are shaping up right now. And it's again leading up to Christmas. These games are going to be tasty. It's going to be really really good. I love football. I love this. I love the sport. I love this game. Um, Homage to Patrice Evra. But yeah, want to provide some reaction to Gary Neville. Not Gary Neville. Gary Lineker. News just come out that he's gonna be leaving Match of the Day at the end of the season. End of an era, really. And I can say that all good things come to an end. All good things have to come to an end. But yeah, Gary Lineker, what a legend. I remember those times where you'd watch, check the football scores on the video printer. Arsenal 1, United 0, Van Nistelrooy 12 minutes. And then waiting until Saturday night to see Gary Lineker with a few pundits discussing the game, and end of an era really. My Saturday was football, and Match of the Day topped it off. But yeah, huge news. I don't think there's been any report as to who's going to replace him. Mark Chapman. Um, to be honest, I think that there's a ready-made replacement in Mark Chapman already. But yeah, losing Gary Neville Gary Lineker. Why am I saying Gary Neville? Oh, come on. Gary Lineker is huge. That's huge, in my opinion. But yeah, it's the end of an era. Um, you know, huge thank you to Gary Lineker for what he's made Match of the Day. Um, um, you know, um, but yeah, for my generation, it's massive news, to be honest. massive news. You know, Gary Lineker made your Saturday. You made your Saturday night. But yeah, how things turn out after him, we'll see. But yeah, Mark Chapman. You know, I don't see any problems there. I don't see any reservations there. I think he's a perfect candidate to step up and take Lineker's place. But yeah, huge news. But yeah, that's it from me. Um, Thank you for listening. I know it's a bit longer than I've done so far on these podcasts, but yeah, thank you for listening to Anthony Scouts, where I just talk football, discuss the football, discuss the scores and talking points. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being patient. I know this episode is has been over a week since my last episode. Um, but yeah, um, content will be coming out consistently. I'll be bringing a new piece out on a new Anthony Scouts talent to watch. That piece hopefully will be coming out this week, so keep tabs on that. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment. What are your thoughts on the title race? How do you feel? How do you think Amarim's first game is gonna go? Um, and yeah, how the table look like in Christmas or in the New Year? Will Liverpool be where they are? Will Arsenal catch up? Um, you know, will United get back into the top four conversation? Where will West Ham be? Will they be managerless? You know, a lot of talking points, a lot of scenarios, and um, you know, a lot of things that will be coming up, will be cropping up over the next few weeks leading up to Christmas. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Um, but yeah, thank you for listening, and God bless. Thank you so much.